Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. It's time for Mailbag Monday. I want to thank everybody. This past week, we did that live show, and it was a big success. I had a good time doing that.
I did too.
It seemed to go smooth as silk. Peter came over and helped us with that one. You sent me some remedies for, I told you I felt like I was getting the gout. It was horrible that day.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to get out of the chair. I didn't want to put my foot on the floor. But it's so much better.
He was crying like a baby. You know women how they get. But you know, aches and pains coming for us with this older age. We're at 68 now, and like every morning, okay, what's hurting? What feels funny? You know, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And it comes in waves, doesn't it? Because I broke my toe on the cruise. Then I got this gout thing. And I think I got bitten by a spider.
He is itching, and he's got a little red
I've never
spot.
even seen a spider here, so
No.
I don't know where it came from.
We golfed yesterday or day before, so it could have been there from the golf bag, the golf cart, anything could happen. We don't know, but we have not seen a spider.
No,
not in our house. In fact, I saw a spider the other day in the laundry room, and I went to the wall. It was right by the grout by the wall, and I started picking at it. It was a piece of paint. And I thought, thank goodness, it was just a piece of paint, no spider.
Then that's your mind playing tricks on you.
I know, it was.
And we want to thank everybody. Last week we put out a special call, said, hey, we've had several emails that people said, I thought I was subscribed, but I wasn't. So I went back and checked, and lo and behold, I'm not a subscriber, so they resubscribed.
Right.
And that was wonderful because we picked up a bunch of subscribers.
Yeah.
So please check your subscription and make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Like I said, that really helps. We're coming up on 64,000.
Yes, we are.
On YouTube, and almost 18,000 or somewhere in that neighborhood on Facebook. I'll have to go back and check that.
And we really appreciate all
We
of you.
do, because that helps us. The more you have, the more people want to let you come and review their zoo or their airplane trip
Just
or
everything.
whatever. So it really helps us gain access to things when they say that, hey, you're legit. And you're the ones that make us legit.
We're legit.
So thank you very much. On today's show,
We have a new segment of Ask Amy.
are squatters taking over empty houses here in the villages?
And are lithium batteries dangerous?
Another segment of Bubble Wrap.
The power goes out and you still need to get your car in the garage. What do? There's a little secret that we all have. That's this week's Bubble Wrap.
All that and lots more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
It's time for our viewer video question all the way from Texas. This is Terry.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. It's Terry from Texas. I've got a question for you. I would like your opinion on lithium batteries. Linda, does that hoverboard concern you at all about starting a fire? Jerry, how do you feel about the lithium batteries in the golf carts? Where I am, they're telling us if you have an EV, anything with a lithium battery in it, it's probably a good idea not to even have it in your garage, which would pose a problem in the village, I would think, with the lithium batteries in the golf carts and having to be out in the weather. I don't see that happening. And lithium batteries are even starting fires in our telephones. So what is your opinion? Do you think that the golf carts will go back to the old style batteries because of fires? And have y'all seen or heard of anybody having problems with lithium batteries in their EVs, their hoverboards, or their golf carts? I look forward to taking our lifestyle visit so I can hopefully meet you, and we'll see you when we get there.
That's a good question, Terry, because we're becoming a lithium battery society. And
Right.
I think if the president gets his wish, we'll all have electric cars in 10 or 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And they all use lithium batteries. So we have drills with lithium batteries. We
Yes.
have
Golf
bicycles.
golf carts?
We don't have any golf cart with
No,
lithium
we
batteries.
don't, but we do have lithium batteries for golf carts here in the
Yes, we do.
villages.
We do have those. It's just becoming the thing because they're smaller, they're lighter, they last longer. It's just a great invention, but people are terrified about those fires. So I put in a call to Rob. Rob runs the Atomic Golf Cart store in Wildwood.
Yes.
We test drove one of those probably 3 years ago or so, and we're going to do it again for you. I love those little
They
cars.
were so funny.
I think they're very cute and roomier than I thought.
Yeah, we were surprised that he can get in it, and he did, and he didn't bump his head on the ceiling. But I enjoyed that little car. It was cute.
Well, as far as we know, they're all electric, and some are lithium battery powered. That's the trend that's going that way. Lithium batteries are more expensive. But I asked Rob, what about these batteries? Should we be worried? Is there a danger? And these are his thoughts on it, that lithium batteries are expensive and they're well built and they're encased in a steel box, which would prohibit anything happening. I did look up online. You can see what causes an e-bike battery fire. Our e-bikes, we have 3 of them in the garage. We've never had a problem. It says if the battery catches on fire, it's either from a fault, which is rare, or from heat, a thermal runaway. The heat occurs when a battery is being charged. There's supposed to be a temperature sensor which reduces or shuts off the charging if the temperatures are becoming too high. And, we try to unplug it after it's fully charged.
That's right.
I wouldn't leave it plugged in, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until you go ride the bike.
Again, right.
But unplug it. We have actually checked on golf cart fires here in the villages because there are an increasing number of electric carts. Mm-hmm. And the last 3 that we saw were all gas carts. For some reason, the gas carts, either gasoline caught fire or something, but it wasn't an electric cart. So maybe, as Rob said, the media is right now sensationalizing electric cart fires and lithium battery fires. And when we get on airplanes, they're asking you, do you have anything with a lithium battery, and that kind of thing. So, our own opinion, which is only our opinion, don't go by what we said, check it out for yourself. But we don't think the lithium batteries are a big danger. We love the convenience. And she doesn't have a hoverboard. Do you have a hoverboard?
Yes. She asked about a hoverboard. I'm going, what is a hoverboard? I'm hovering all around this house or what? No, don't have a hoverboard.
A lady down the street has a lithium-powered broom that she flies around.
Be quiet. I don't know what you're talking about.
But no, we think lithium's is the future.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Alligators.
Oh my.
They are out. The last 2 or 3 weeks, we have seen an abundance of alligators. We haven't seen them a lot for a long time.
Yeah.
But right now, as we're in winter and the water temperatures are dropping, I think during the afternoons, these gators, especially these big ones, are coming out of the water and laying on the bank.
Yeah.
I could take you on a 10-minute cart ride and probably show you 5 gators bigger than me.
Yeah.
A lot
are
bigger
out.
than me.
Yeah, the sun's been coming out in the afternoons, and the last 4 or 5 days was glorious. And you can tell when we go by a pond, count 1, maybe 2. I don't know if we've had 3 in a pond. There's usually.
Yeah, we've had a couple of ponds with 2 big ones in it,
Yeah.
which they're territorial, so you wouldn't have a pond with a whole lot of big ones here.
No.
But it's interesting. I would like to go and film you a show, but sometimes they're 200 yards away. And she did park the other day, though. And I got out of the car and I went around. Here's the gator I took on that little venture. And I got pretty close to him. But boy, when he saw me, he turned the wrong side out and hit that water and kabloosh.
Yeah, he surprised me. He said, pull over, let me out, I'm going to take a picture. I said, okay, cool. So I pulled over, and then I was in traffic, so I had to go into the next neighborhood, do a U-turn, go through their neighborhood, turn around, whatever. And when I came back to find him, he was right there on the other side of the pond with the gator. I'm going, are you kidding
It's all right.
me?
It was before my
Are you
it was
kidding
before
me?
my gout episode. I could
Yeah, I'm going, oh my gosh. But I mean, he wasn't too close. But
I'm like
he
a
was,
ninja.
He was on the other side with the alligator. So
And I know you're going to write and say that alligator can run faster than me.
he can.
But you have to prove that to me. I know. I'm just teasing. I'm so slow.
Yeah.
I want to play softball here in the villages, but I don't want anybody to laugh at me after I hit the ball.
No one's going to laugh at you for
I'm
playing
waddling down
softball.
to first base.
He was a great softball player today. We watched many a game at night. Loved
Look at these other pictures of an alligator crossing the multimodal. Holy cow. That is something cool. We've never seen that in 5 years.
No.
5+ years.
No.
But we want to. I do. I want to see it. I'll get you some good footage of that one, by golly.
Oh my.
And the camera's over there.
All right.
Right.
Looks like it's tilted toward me more.
See how you're off that lamp that much? And I'm off that lamp that much. Me.
What? That was a blooper, our first blooper. Get back.
What am I going to do now?
We're just going to start this question again. Okay. This week, the village home. Oh, wow. I told you we had bloopers. Take a break.
Well, I have to because my head's only got.
Yeah. The Sharon.
What does that say?
The Sharon. I wrote Shannon. That was a blooper.
All that. What?
What's this all
What?
about? I don't know what you're talking
What's going on? I stopped so you could do the next line. And look on our viewer, I don't know what I'm saying.
website. Orchestras, and they are beautiful performers. And I gotta start that over. That's what it was. Okay. Yes, I did it. Yes, I did it.
But there you go. He did get it.
This is from Mary in DeLuna. We don't go to the square like we used to. Parking is a hassle. Do you go? It's going to get even worse. We do go. In fact, since Christmas, we have gone quite a bit. We've gone 3 or 4 or 5 times, and that's a lot for us. But we enjoy the squares, but we do have to park a little bit far away.
You know, I dropped you off the other night. That's what I do. Isn't that what we do, man? We drop our sweethearts off so they don't have to walk. So I drop her off at the square, and then I find a place. Ooh, I had to go a long way. And it wasn't even a big-time band playing that night. Actually, I was going to Harvest Restaurant first and then over to the square.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take you on a little walk with me. You can see how I had to park probably almost a quarter mile away.
Yeah.
We have seen some questions recently about the parking when you go to the town squares. This is Tuesday night, and you see those buildings over there. That's where we're going on the other side of those, actually, to a restaurant called Harvest. And this was the closest parking spot we could find. It's a pretty good walk, but it's doable for me. And right here, as we break through this row of cars, you're going to see there is a lot, and I mean a lot of handicap parking. We live in a 55 plus, you need it. These are the handicap parking spots from here all the way to the wall. So that's it. There's parking, but you got to walk a little bit. No big deal. Sorry I'm not a smoother walker. But here as we come around the corner at Dunkin' Donuts, we're at the square. Just a few steps from the restaurant.
Well, this song is profound. I mean, 64 years, all time. See, I just got married in November, so I have to know how to get there. It's sad. All right, this is how
Yeah, I dropped her off at Harvest Restaurant, and that's right in Brownwood on the square. And I went to park, and I had to park quite a ways away. Now, there are a lot of handicap spots, but handicap spots go fast in a 55 plus community. I mean, let's face it. When you get in the 70s and 80s, I bet the majority of people could qualify for a handicap permit.
Yeah.
So I did that, and you saw the walk there. It took a little bit. I mean, it's doable. It's no problem at all for us. But I just wanted you to be aware that if you go to the square, especially during a big band, maybe Bluestone Circle or a Blonde Ambition,
Right.
or some of
Yeah.
the ones that really rock the place, Johnny Wild and the Delights.
Yeah.
You might have to park a little ways away and be prepared for that.
Yeah. I still think a parking garage behind the squares might be good. Maybe 2 levels. You don't want to go lots of levels with elevators and lots of stairs, but maybe a 2-level one for golf cart riders.
Yeah, then we could pay to park. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, free parking.
That garage
Free
isn't going to build
parking.
itself, right?
No, yeah, no. But I think it should work. That would work. It would work.
Okay.
All right, this is from Matt and Amy. From what we're reading, the villages are not a true gated community, meaning folks living outside of the villages are allowed to use the rec areas, the pools, perhaps drive their golf cars on the paths and roads and enjoy the entertainment and restaurants. Is this correct?
It's kind of correct.
I think they could use pretty much everything, unless you can't go into the rec centers without a resident pass.
Now think about that. They said perhaps drive their golf carts on the paths and enjoy the entertainment and restaurants. Now that's true.
That is true.
But they can't drive their golf carts on the paths because technically there's no way to get your golf cart to the villages on the road. That would be illegal unless you had a street legal golf cart.
That's true. That is true. I
So
didn't think of that.
they can't do that, but they're wondering if people use the rec areas and the pools. That would not be possible because you're supposed to have that green village's ID or a village's issued guest ID to be
Right.
able to do that. So no, they're not supposed to use, the pools, the horseshoe pits, the
Yeah.
shuffleboard tables, the bocce courts, the pickleball courts.
So basically, the only thing they can really do is do the restaurants and go to the shopping centers.
They're wide open. Anybody can
Yeah.
come and come to the town squares.
Squares.
And the music performances are open to the public as well.
That's right.
But the cart paths are not supposed to be used except by villages, residents, because there's no access.
Yeah, unless you have a street legal. That makes sense.
Once again, it's time for bubble wrap.
If the power ever goes out and you have to get into your garage, there's a little secret that will get you in every time. With the trolley disengaged, you should be able to open your door manually. It will be a little heavy, but at least you can get your car back in. With the trolley disengaged, you can also close your door. Just come over here and monitor as it closes. Again, it's going to be a little heavy. Don't let it slam. Bingo. To re-engage the trolley, it's very simple. Just push up on this lever here, and then slowly open your garage. I'll show you how it's done. And now, it's engaged and ready to operate as normal. The same is true for your garage over your golf cart. You can just pull that little mechanism up there and do the same thing as I did on my main garage. It's a little heavy, but at least you can get your car in the garage if the power goes out. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
Thank you, Peter. Good information. That's back in Indiana. That happened to us so many times I couldn't count it. Of course, I remember when we got our first garage door opener. You remember the old days when you had to go over there and raise that thing
Oh
up?
my God, yes.
How primitive.
Really?
That's like rolling up the window on your car door. Kids today don't even know what that is, do
No,
they?
or a rotary dial phone.
Yeah. But yeah, that can help, and it's very simple to do. I used to just pull that rope and just walk backwards with it, and that will open the door if you have a well-balanced
Yeah,
door.
yeah.
So thank you for that, Peter. Sharon and Danny write, we have heard you talk about golf carts and the speed limit. We know that they do not need a license plate, but what equipment is necessary? Do we have to have seat belts? Sharon and Danny, you don't have to have seat belts, but we think it's terrible practice to ride in a golf cart without them. Virtually all the injuries that I've heard about in the time we've been here have been from being ejected from the cart.
And I have proof of that. this last week, we were riding to a golf course and we went around a curve. And boy, if I hadn't had my seatbelt, I know I would have been out on that concrete. He wasn't going fast.
Well, why'd you yell at me then?
Well, because I was scared, because you know what happened? I had my seatbelt on, but it was really tight. I had some little bit of room. For some reason, I didn't tighten it up. And I slid 2 or 3 inches.
Mine's
over.
always tight.
Maybe I've lost weight. I need to tighten that up. Anyway, I moved 3 or 4 inches off that seat, and it caught me. But if I hadn't had it on, I know I would have been out on the concrete.
Last year we showed you a home security video of a guy that went around a corner too fast, went up in the yard, hit a palm tree, and man, you could see his body flying out of that golf cart. You know, that's how the injuries occur.
That's
now, we have a
exactly
good friend that does wear a seatbelt, and he was in a pretty bad wreck about 1.5 years or 2 ago, and he stayed in the cart.
Yeah.
Luckily, wasn't thrown out. Was hanging upside down at the end
He was
of that
upside
wreck.
down.
But it saved him from a serious head injury, I think.
Yeah.
And we have a little write-up from the newspaper. Now, this is from the Village's News, and it tells something that I didn't know. Florida Highway Patrol, the villager was pinned underneath the golf cart. The report noted he'd been traveling at a high rate of speed when he made a right turn onto Hendry Drive from Pinellas Place. He was transported as a trauma alert to Ocala Regional Medical Center, and he was cited for careless driving and not wearing a seatbelt. I did not know that you could be cited for not wearing a seatbelt in a golf cart.
Wow.
Now, he was on a public road, not a multimodal.
Yes.
But there you go. He did get a ticket in a golf cart for not wearing a seatbelt.
Oh my gosh. Wear them, everybody. Please wear them. This is from Matt and Amy. From what we've read, pools are located in the rec centers. However, no food or beverages are allowed. I was sort of disappointed to read this. Any thoughts or comments? Well, we have taken food and drinks into the rec centers or into the rec center pool area. We do it all the time, but there's a special area, right, Jerry? Can you tell them about that area?
Well, just outside the pool, you know, where you have the little ledge that goes into the water. About 3 or 4 feet back from that is a drain that goes all the way around the pool. You can't go beyond that drain with anything to eat or drink.
Yeah, and then the lounge chairs are behind the drain.
Right. And they don't want any glass because you could step on it and touch
Yeah,
yourself.
right.
You know, if they fall and break, because it's tile all the way around the pool. They're very nice. And a lot of people take food. So no worries about that. You can take food and drink. No glass bottles.
Right.
But
No glass.
Speaking of food, guess who made me a meatloaf a couple nights ago?
I did.
And she said, "What sides would you like with that?" And I said, "Whatever you like, honey pumpkin." And she said, "Whatever you like." And I said, "No, whatever you like." She said, "Just let me know what you want." So I said, "Okay, how about some mashed potatoes and cream peas?"
He always likes that. If we don't go mashed potatoes, we'll go fried potatoes.
But we wouldn't take that to the pool anyway.
No,
We'd take some
wouldn't.
sandwiches.
No, we take
Some
some
sandwiches.
meatloaf sandwiches. That's what we're gonna have for lunch. Anyway, okay, we're getting off subject here. Where are we now?
David and Tippy submitted the next question. You know, I don't remember much when I was 5 or under, but I do remember that I got bitten by a Chihuahua named Tippy.
You remember the name?
Yeah, because I hated that dog. Man, you ever been bitten by a Chihuahua? They're vicious.
No.
Yeah, he bit me and scratched me all the heck. It burnt. I remember that. I was just a little lad.
Hope you had your
So,
shots, your tetanus shots, and all
I've
that
had
kind of
one
stuff.
since then. But they want to know, do we need to worry about squatters moving into our house if we're not living in the villages full time? Have you heard of this being an issue in the villages? I checked. I had not heard of it. And I mean, I read that online newspaper that would absolutely love to tell us about stuff like that.
Absolutely.
And I have not seen that. I know it happens in a lot of cities.
It was in the news in New York and lots of places there. Squatters were taking over people's homes and they were hard to get out. It was a definite problem.
Yeah. So I did call somebody that should know, and we were told by them that they have not heard of that in the villages.
No.
There are lots and lots of snowbirds here, you know, and their home will be empty from April all the way until October.
Yeah.
And we just haven't heard of it. And I think we would have, don't you?
No, we would hear about that. And we do have the community watch that goes around and takes care of our streets and goes through and all night. And we appreciate that so much. That's one of the big perks, I think, of the Villages, because you feel safe here.
Yeah, but just squatters, man, that would be so horrible, wouldn't it? If you got in there and then maybe a judge would not allow you to kick them out.
I don't see
I mean, that
how
happened during COVID. Remember with renters, they couldn't get the renters out if they didn't pay their bills.
I do remember that. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Once again, we're pleased to bring you a segment of Ask Amy.
Hi, I saw that there was a couple of questions about out-of-state documents, and I know we kind of touched on this before, but you really want to make sure that your documents from another state, whether it's a trust or a will or power of attorney, is reviewed in the state of Florida or whatever state that is your primary residence, because every state is different. So typically when you move to Florida, we look at your trust and we amend it to make it governed by the laws of Florida. And that's usually going to happen when you move to any state. It's not just Florida. But that revocable trust needs to be governed by the laws of Florida. So for the administration purposes, your taxes, how that looks like as far as state tax, inheritance tax. So definitely make sure that you amend your trust. You do not start all over, right? So you still keep the same name and the same date, but you are going to need to amend the trust if you're a Florida resident typically. And then the same thing would go for like your power of attorney and healthcare. Those are going to look different. Every state has different statutes that we use to create our power of attorneys or healthcare. Some wills, some out-of-state wills are good. What we look for is what we call a self-proving affidavit to see if they're valid or they're going to work in Florida. So definitely see an estate planning attorney. When you go in and see one, bring your documents with you so that way the attorney can review them. And a lot of times they're just not current to your situation. So we always recommend that clients review their estate plan on a regular basis to make sure that they've named the correct people, that they still have the same beneficiaries, and if you have a trust, that you are funding your trust, meaning you are connecting the assets to your trust. All right, hope that helps. Have a good one.
Thank you, Amy. It's always wonderful to hear from you and give us great advice, and I know our viewers really enjoy your segment. You can find her and reach her on our website and find her address and where
Contact information.
contact information.
Yeah.
That's a blooper.
No, we won't. We'll just leave that one in there.
So you can reach Amy. It's time for entertainment. And there's a lot of entertainment here in the Villages and even outside of the Villages. I'm going to talk a little bit about that today. Rich Little will be here tonight, and he is a great entertainer. He's been entertaining for many years. And
I thought, isn't he like 100 years old?
He's probably the same age as us, Jerry. And then tomorrow night, the Celtic Tenors, they will be here. And then on Wednesday.
Let me ask, when does it stop being Celtic Tenors and go to being Boston Celtics?
I don't know.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
If you all know out there, let me know. Why do we call them the Boston Celtics? But we're supposed to say anything, related to Irish is Celtic.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
And this week, Tuesday, tomorrow night, the Village Philharmonic Orchestra will have a gala, and that is a wonderful thing to go to. So I hope you can go and raise some money for the orchestra. Yes, I did it.
It's time for Out and About. For Out and About, we went to City Fire. It's in Brownwood. It's right on the corner of the square. You can't miss it. It's really a happening place, especially if you're a people watcher. They have indoor seating and outdoor seating. We've done both. On this occasion, we went inside because it was a little bit nippy. But it's nice to sit out there and watch the folks go by. They have nightly entertainment and a pretty varied menu. During this visit, I had the French dip. It had been recommended to me by a friend, and it comes with either chips or coleslaw or soup. I asked the waitress, what about some French fries? They don't have any fried food at City Fire, she said.
I guess it's for healthy eating.
I looked over, and they had a grill going. I mean, the flames were that high on it. But no French fries, no fried potatoes, no fried
fish,
chicken.
fried chicken.
Holy cow. The sandwich was good. It was good. However, The first one that came out to me, here it is. It had a child's portion of roast beef on it. And I said, man, it was just almost a $17 sandwich. So I told the waitress, I said, hey, what's up with this? This is a little light on the protein here. And the manager came over and he said, oh, you are right. He said, man, how did that get through here? So he brought me back one that would choke a horse. So he did immediately and was very concerned and helpful and did a really good job. I like the, what's it called? Au jus. That you dip it in, very good. That makes it for me. I love it. In fact, I always say if you put gravy on anything, it makes it better.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll have to tell you about the gravy boat we saw last night. Anyway, I had a cheesy nut salad, nutty cheesy salad. I don't know the name of it.
Doesn't that sound good?
It was delicious. It was huge, and I kept eating. I kept thinking, is this salad ever going to end? Because I felt like I was going to eat all day and all night on it. It was delicious.
A nutty cheesy salad.
Yeah, it was very good.
Well, our bill for two, it was just the two of us, came to $36.87. After a tip, our lunch was a little bit over $40.
Yeah.
By the way, I asked her, do you have a lunch menu? And she said, that's it. And I said, is this the only menu? She goes, yeah, it's the only menu.
That's it.
So they only have one menu. Time for our word jumble. Now, last week you did really good because it was a little more difficult. The answer was Yamaha golf carts. 3 words. And a lot of you figured that out, so good job. The clue to this week's puzzle, we ask you every week. Now remember, if you know the answer, don't put it in the comments. Somebody always does. You always do. Somebody does. Just let us know that you know. Give us a little witty retort there that lets us know that you know the answer without actually spoiling it for the other people that want to look.
It's time for Sweet and Salty.
We had a new intro song. Did you hear it there?
Yay!
Because she hated the old one.
Don't say that because somebody might get upset because they sent that to us.
No, I made that from scratch myself.
While we did it.
I tried to get one that would sound sweet and then
Oh, I don't want to hurt your feelings either, but I wasn't fond of that one.
Well, this week I'm going to do the salty, but it's not really a salty. I wanted to do one that was kind of nice for once. Is that all right with you?
You can do it.
But it's not the sweet. Because it starts off, it's from somebody named Sunshine and Tulips. Doesn't that sound good?
They don't sound too salty.
And they say, which I don't know if it's a man or a woman, they say, Jerry and Linda, you suck eggs.
Okay.
That's not true. I just want to be featured in the salty segment. I discovered you during the time of COVID isolation, and I'd like to thank you for all the time you put into programming. You are both such a blessing, and I look forward to watching you every Monday and Thursday. Thank you so very much. Well, thank you, Sunshine and Tulips. We appreciate that. And you're a witty person yourself to come up with that. And we're glad you're one of our viewers.
And the next one is from Chuck and Pam. This is our sweet. And Chuck and Pam from Case and Hammock sent us this lovely poem. And I'd like to share it with you. I'm going to put my glasses on. This is a Jerry and Linda tribute. Jerry and Linda, you've heard this story time after time, but I'm guessing never in rhyme. In the winter of 2021, we were living in Vermont, freezing cold. Retiring to Florida was unthinkable, no matter what we were told. Your weekly videos showed life so opposite to ours it could not be true. We went on a lifestyle visit for the truth with the intent to stop watching you. But we were wrong and learned the village's experience cannot be captured in any video. So we are now living in the villages and thought you should know. You've heard this many times before. Here it is once more. It's only because of you our dreams all came true. Cheers.
That is awesome. Well, thank you both, Chuck and Pam.
Down in
really
Case
nice.
and Hammock.
You know, when people tell us, and we hear it all the time, they say, you're the reason we're here. We know that's not totally true. But when people say that, and then they tell us that they're so happy, that feels very, very good. So thank you, guys. And
we're glad you're happy.
Yeah.
And not shoveling snow.
And it's so nice to hear those positive comments.
Yes,
thank
absolutely.
You. Time for shout outs. At this time, as we always do, we'd like to recognize the friends of our channel. We appreciate you guys so much. You're scrolling up at the top there. And whether we met you in the square or whether you've written us a lovely letter like Chuck and Pam there, or whether you hit that donate button at the bottom, whatever, you're friends of our channel and we appreciate all of you. Here is our first shout out to Bonnie and Gary. They invited us to come down to the Aviary Rec Center for a, what do you call it?
Just like a potluck.
Potluck.
Yeah.
And everybody had brought food, and there was fried chicken. There was
We
some
weren't intending to stay, but man.
I just said that. After I saw that food, I knew I was staying.
It was delicious.
They had fried chicken.
Oh my gosh,
what else did they have? They had some
salads,
really good
They had
stuff.
barbecue chicken. They had all kinds of meatballs. They had lasagna. They had all kinds of sides. Oh, wow.
Pasta salad was good. I'm not even a pasta salad guy.
Yeah, well, it was delicious.
A lot of nice things. But the best part of it was the wonderful
part
people.
were the people.
They sent this picture that you can see right there.
Yes.
I'm going to try to tell you who the names are of the people there. It's Mike Burnett, Karen Nelson, Charlie Nelson, Jill Burnett, Scott and Belinda Cooper, and there's Gary and Bonnie right there. Then we're going left to right. Then us and Janelle Jacobson, Richard Hauser, Jim and Sherry Rogers, and Mike Jacobson. So thanks to you all. Most of them live in Lake Denham.
Yeah.
Some of them live in DeLuna and maybe other places too. But what a nice group. And thank you for inviting us down.
Fun evening.
We had a good
enjoyed
time.
meeting you guys.
Yeah, we sure did.
Well, this group of happy people was sent to us by Janie Phillips. And we saw them up at Lake Sumter outside the Lighthouse Restaurant. And isn't it fun to share a beautiful day with your friends and family? And they had a group of people with them, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure did.
Yeah, that was fun.
And this is Sharon and Pat Housel. They're on the right. They came to the Villages and bought a home in the village of Belvedere in 2021. And now they're trying to convince her brother Scott and his wife Debbie to come here and buy as well. They're all from Hackettstown, New Jersey, which is the home of M&M's.
This is Dee from Baton Rouge. She and her husband have their home for sale and hope it sells quickly and move to the Villages. And they say they're going to bring Mardi Gras with them.
Yeah, they're a fun-looking couple. Now, you know, back when I was a teacher, I taught, history in the War of 1812, and Louisiana was, and Baton Rouge, okay, that's the capital. I like to say Baton Rouge, the Baton Rouge. And we have friends from down in Baton Rouge.
Their daughter got married this last
yeah,
weekend.
yeah,
So congratulations, you
hi
guys.
to Sharon and Mike.
Sharon and Mike.
Celeste and Angelo Ortega. They packed up their car and drove 18 hours to the Villages and now live in the village of DeLuna. I don't know where they came from. I could get a compass and do a circle there and try to maybe figure it out. But we met them at the World of Beer.
Yeah.
Nice folks, but isn't that a great name for a restaurant? Yeah. World of Beer.
World of
That's
Beer.
immediate attraction to a lot of people, isn't it?
World of it, yeah. Well, this is Jerry and Candy Shea. They live in the village of Santiago, and they're lovely people, and we ran into them at the Old Mill Playhouse.
The Old Mill Playhouse is the only one of the 3 original theaters that were here in the Villages, and the only one still open, and we go there quite a bit.
Yeah, we do.
Well, I guess that's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Be sure to hit that little bell and you will be notified.
This one right here?
No, this one over here.
Okay.
And when you put out a new show, and you won't miss the fun.
If you haven't done it yet, please hit that like, that's important, and the subscribe button, and share it with all your friends.
Until next time.
See you when you get here.